Pursuant to Governor Baker's order suspending certain provisions of open meeting law, this meeting is occurring remotely and as such is also being recorded for transmission on both the Berlin Cable Television Access Channel and YouTube. Your voice, image, and or telephone number may be recorded. Okay. So, roll call. I see we have Jess. Any
Yes, I'm here.
difficulties there?
I'm sorry?
Any everything okay technically? No issues?
As far as I know, I'm actually mostly in my Word document. So yeah, no, I see you guys and I hear you.
Okay. And Deborah, you're all good?
I'm good.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Good.
On something anyways. So starting with old business, approving the minutes. Obviously we have all read it, else we wouldn't be able to comment on its lovely quality. So I move that we approve the minutes from our last meeting. Jess,
I will second it.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Jess, yay or nay?
Yes.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yes.
And I vote yay.
Yay.
Minutes are approved. Okay, next the treasurer's report. Anything you want to say about that?
I sent it out. I think the important part, I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at it.
I did.
Was we're catching up, but June, since she hasn't been able to close the books yet, still hasn't done justification for, I think it was July and August I was asking her for to catch us up at least to September. And so we've paid out Audio Journal, Alan Johnson, and Berlin Seniors. Those all showed up. You all know because we just signed off on the 19 Carter Music series. So that was placed in her mailbox 2 or 3 days ago. So that leaves us down to $4,675 that we have. It's a combination of the $1,500 from the line item in the warrant, and then all the money that didn't get paid out that we had granted to the other artists for this year. So in the treasurer's report that I sent you, that's all just laid out. And as we talked today about the groups that I was trying to remember, I think, MJ, that you said that the library program with Nora Dooley, they were able to do something remotely with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't received any paperwork. I went to the town offices today around 3:30 just to double check the mailbox, and there was nothing there. So that's in this list of stuff that we haven't paid out yet. So as we go over, the stuff that I know you've been in contact with the artists about, I have that all listed, that it's accountable. So really, right now, I'm looking at the only total number we have. We have that amount that I gave you, but 1,500 of it we know is the Berlin money, and then the rest of it is how we're going to allow the artists to restructure their programs, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, unless there are any additional questions about the treasurer's report, which seems fairly, I move that we approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Okay. So.
Yay.
Andres, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I vote yay.
Okay, I have a question, MJ, real quick, sorry. And the state budget hasn't gone through yet, right? So I haven't seen anything about money.
Last I knew that's actually a good question there. The new last proposal on that, I guess, whatever budget had been was going to happen in January, that's still the plan. So it was going to see I think a 10% decrease from last year, but they're not planning to decrease it anymore. So I think that's still in the process of, you know, actually, the voting on it and whatever else. But I think that gives us a fair guess about how much money will probably
Okay,
go.
all right.
So I think, I'm guessing it will work out to maybe about between 4,000 and 4,500. That's my guess. But last I knew, it was just that they had come to the budget had been come up with, but not moved further beyond that.
Okay.
But so with most of the program stuff, we have
I just have to grab a pencil. I realized I
Yeah.
came in here without a pencil.
So you said that the state decided not, that it sounds like they're not going to decrease it?
no more than had been the plan pre-COVID.
Okay,
So it was going to this year's budget was already slated to have, I think it's a 10% decrease in DR,
okay,
something from 18 million something to 16 million something,
Okay.
but they aren't aiming to decrease it any further. So
okay.
which actually I think it is a better result. I had kind of in my head a guess that we would probably have like a 20% decrease. I
Right.
think that 10%, that was, you know, an optimistic thought. So I think only having a 10% decrease that was already, planned pre-COVID is,
That's pretty that's pretty
yeah,
good.
I'm not gonna, lose any sleep over that 10%.
No, we'll just need to, they're going to have to give us some amount of money so that we know what we can grant, but, or change the deadline.
Yeah. Well, I imagine, I mean, it's still, the application process is still through mid-November. So I should imagine that by the time we actually want to meet on what we are approving, that we will have that by then. And nothing else, even, given that we're always cutting numbers from what we are able to give people anyways, we could even, in theory, if necessary, potentially vote on what ones we're approving and not approving before
Mhm.
we have the full budget. But I don't anticipate we will have a huge amount of trouble having the figures we need when we need them. And if that's likely to be the case, I'm sure we will have more guidance from the Mass Cultural Council on that. They're always forever emailing things, and I don't think there would be any difficulty reaching out to anyone there to get specific questions answered if need be.
We just got an email tonight about office hours.
Yeah. But so for most of the programs that are still pending, there have been plans for that. So I have had it as a, I've told people that I need, something on paper, but that if they send a letter as a text attachment, that, then I can print it out. And I kind of think that suffices. So I have requests on two of them specifically, kind of gone back and forth with Sarah at the library. All of the information is there, to have the emails, have attachments that detail what the changes are. And she had indicated last we spoke that she was going to try to get something in the box for Friday. But honestly, I feel comfortable making motions about the requests without the literal paper, as it's, it's just, I think, a timing issue that it really isn't there, but all of it is, there's a chain of events of what everything. So I think where, I mean, the MCC site indicates that it wants paperwork, but it's also these COVID times, they're kind of not really functioning on what is, I don't think that sort of changes that that the expectations are quite what they might be otherwise. And for most part, most of the changes are just the moving online for things. But
MJ, I'm not totally sure I understood that. So Sarah has requested for the 3 program, I'm sorry, because she's done the Nora Dooley thing. The other 2 programs that they do them, she's emailed you about doing them
yeah,
in another way,
yeah.
but without specifics.
Well, I have I have everything but a literal letter that just says we request. Like, I have email stuff requested. I have attachments about, like, each of the performers have set, have in the process of them switching their formats for things, they have kind of developed some paperwork to highlight how they're changing things. So, for example, for the playful engineers, I have, like, in the cultural council email, there's, I'm not sure if it's a PDF. Let me see if I can pull it up quickly.
They have
But
a paper trail, but not a formal letter.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I wasn't understanding. I don't think it has to be, it would be nice because that's what we're used to as a formal letter, but I think that
yeah,
Paper trail
he
should
has
be
it
enough
in
to,
writing in an email that we could print out and have it
Yeah.
for our record, then I don't see a problem with that.
yeah. Well, I mean, I still hopefully like to get a letter at some point for them, but I think where there is the paper trail, I've indicated to her that I was comfortable. Like, I spoke to her this week and reminded her, hey, we're having a meeting. I could get this. It'd be nice, but that I was comfortable having to vote based on what we've already gotten. Because it's, looking at the efforts that everyone's been making, I think everyone has been doing everything they can to get everything working properly, or reworked, retooled. The library seems to keep having things put out, which is, I think, fairly nice. That everything seems to slowly be getting back into some semblance of new normal.
I'd be interested to know, once they pull these programs off, how many people they're reaching, whether this is a way of reaching more people or if they're not. I'm just curious as to how this is all working, and we won't know until we see it happen. And, is it something more people are going to be able to attend in this kind of format? And maybe we want to look into more of that, or is it something that people aren't doing or enjoying?
Yeah, and for some of it, like for Ed the Wizard, that's actually managing. That's going to be tomorrow, and outdoors. The the change is going to be that balloon twisting was deemed to be not the best sort of program for.
Yeah.
So
So that's tomorrow at the library?
yes,
At what time?
I think 1 o'clock.
Ooh, just might be going to a magic show tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking that depending on how soon I get myself going tomorrow, that I might endeavor to pop by at least to kind of say hello and, you know. But anyways, so for Leslie Haven, she sent a request for an extension on her music program, the the band camp, that and that I have an actual attachment letter for with some dates for next July that she's aiming to run that.
Okay,
So I moved that we approve her extension to allow her to run that program next summer.
I second that motion.
Okay, Jess, yay or nay?
Yay.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I vote yay. So we have approved her extension. And for Ed the Wizard, I do have an attachment on that, though the format on that is like Google Pages. So to be honest, I haven't actually gotten that printed out because my computer doesn't want to behave with that. Oh, I think we have Sandra. I hope she hasn't been here too long and I've not noticed that. Hold on. I have to see how I am.
I'm here for you.
Okay.
So what you can do, are you able to go into, can you, so you can see you're in attendees. So if you see a more button, a more,
Yeah, I
oh,
think
you
I've
can
got.
promote her to panelist. Yeah. Oh, it looks like you've, well,
I see her coming up.
there you go.
Name.
Perfect.
Your
You've
name.
got this. All right.
Hello.
I'll go.
But Sandra has to unmute herself.
All right. Hello, all.
Hi,
Hello.
Sandra.
Hi.
I had a hard time on.
I hope you weren't waiting long. I just noticed you raising your hand.
Oh, not long.
Okay.
I can't see you though, Sandra. You have your, can you put your video on?
I don't have one. It's a very old computer.
Well,
Oh.
that,
You can hear me though, right?
you're a little faint, but I can hear you.
I'll talk louder.
Okay. We were just in the middle of doing some voting on the programs that have needed to change their format. So where we were going to be at, so tomorrow the library is having Ed the Wizard, and that was originally going to be a balloon twisting program, but he has sent a request to change that program to be a magic show, as that is deemed to be a safer than balloon twisting, being hands-on. It would not allow for social distancing, and I do have the actual paperwork attachment requesting it, just no.
Sounds like,
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
oh, it sounds like he has a plan though.
Yeah.
Good for
and
him.
yes. It seems like a lot of people over the summer managed to find ways to make the best of the situation. So anyways, I moved that we accept his request to switch from balloon twisting to a magic show.
I'll second.
Okay, so Jess, yay or nay?
Yay.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yay.
Sandra, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I vote yay. So we are approving Ed the Wizard to do a magic show. Also, I've seen the library's advertisements on Facebook and stuff. Really cool graphic he has for promoting the show. You know, very, very wizard-like.
I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that they have some advertisements for 3 of the programs that they've got going, because the 3 of them are going within the next week or so. So moving on, Nora Dooley, that one has already occurred. That's basically, I think the only change was that it went online, but that, I was saying before, have the paper trail requesting that change, just not the full, you know, letter as such. But unless there are any questions, I would move that we approve that change to have allowed for it to be an online program.
I'll second that.
Okay. Jess, yay or nay?
Yay. Yep.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yay.
Sandra, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I vote yay. So
Right.
we have approved that, which is good since it already happened. But everything I given that our grant cycles allow for doing grants for programs that have started from the July of that year onward, it seems that the controlling logic accepts approving things after the fact, and that, at least that is my legal assessment of it.
I will say we've retroactively approved it.
Yeah. So, and then Diane Edgecombe, that is going online as well, and instead of it being a just a performance on a specific point that you zoom into, they've, I guess, made a link that's going to be available for something like 2 weeks. So within, I think, in a day or two, through like November 1st, her program will be available. I think they're furnishing the password with something for that. So it is going to be an extended online performance on that.
Do you know how that will be advertised so we could look at it?
Well, the library has been putting that sort of stuff on their Facebook page.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me,
That's okay, MJ. I can look it up.
but yeah, so yeah, there is a post on their Facebook page from the 21st advertising that, I don't think that's the one that has the link to that, but they've been putting up posts like gangbusters there. I've really been impressed. It just seems like once things start going again, it seems there's always something going on. Perhaps there always was before. I just didn't notice as much when I had less professional attachment to it all. But
The library's usually busy.
yes, but I'm trying to keep a better eye on all of that now. But anyways, so I moved that we approve that switch to the online delivery for her reading program.
I'll second.
Okay. Jess, yay or nay?
Yay.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yay.
Sandra, yay or nay?
Yay.
And I vote yay. So that one is approved for online delivery as well. And so lastly is the Playful Engineers. So that one has also moved to an online program. And when that first, there's just a lot, but a very substantive plan for that one. Seemed like a lot of effort went into, I mean, that, since, that a different type of performance, the level of work to figure out how to do something online, required a lot more effort. But I was very impressed with the with what they're doing. I think that some of it is based on kind of helping people, well, helping children make some stuff with things they have at home and such. So it seems like it was that wasn't skimping out on trying to really get children involved with the program. So an email from that in
Will that be like the other program where it's available for a period of time to the kids?
I think it is a single point.
So it's interactive at the time?
I think so. Yeah, that is going to be a next Thursday from 4 to 5. So yeah, it will be an interactive event at the time. I think any additional questions about it?
No.
Okay, then I move that we approve the Playful Engineers being online.
I'll second.
Okay, yes, yay or nay?
Yay.
Deborah, yay or nay?
Yay.
And Sandra, yay or nay?
Yay.
Okay, and I vote yay as well. So that has them approved for online, so that makes one extension approved and 4 library programs that have been approved to their new format and will largely clear up what we have yet to pay when they,
Yeah,
complete everything.
there are 3 other programs unaccounted for.
Yeah,
John Root,
which
Robert-
we last time we approved his extension, I believe, for
did we?
next year. Yeah.
Okay, so what he said, sorry, that's what I didn't remember that. I should have read my secretary's notes more carefully because they were fabulous. So he is.
I must admit, I had to look back because I couldn't remember whether we had approved it yet or not.
So he is extended until next spring. And
Yes.
then Roger Bruno, did he make a request for anything?
I was checking our email and I don't have anything from him.
Okay, so he's a question mark. I like to write all this in the book. And then Neshoba Friends of Music, they're not scheduled until Christmas, so they're probably just waiting and seeing what's going on.
Yeah,
And then the other one that,
Have we heard from them at all?
we have not, at least I haven't. We haven't in the,
Sorry, Deborah.
well, no, that's okay. It's perfectly fine because they probably could do something socially distanced at the mall.
Yeah.
That's where they do that music program, right?
I believe so. And I mean, the mall has been open for quite a
I
while.
think the
It's
mall
still out,
can't necessarily let it be unlimited
yeah,
bodies in there.
Capacity, yeah. But they have that big open space up at the food court now. There's no
Yeah.
tables there.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm wondering if, if they did their music there, but things get all, well, we'll find out, I guess.
yeah.
Find out the numbers are going
Yeah.
up again.
Yeah, exactly. And then Meredith Charles is my other question because she did 2 of her 3 the program was supposed to be a 3-part program. She did 2 of the sessions. So she had said she was going to complete the other one. I don't know if we just wait and see.
I think, I seem to recall 19 Carter advertising that the third one running at some point.
I did see something from 19 Carter today saying that they could open with 25 people upstairs and 25 people downstairs. And a couple of things that were being rescheduled for each day of the week. So
Yeah, well, I mean, they have been open up for limited stuff as it is. They had music again last week, which since I was without car and had taken the day off, I actually went to that, which was, I think, kind of at capacity, as I understand well, maybe not quite at. It was well attended, all things considered, for a Thursday afternoon and the limitations. But I think the improv had been scheduled to run at some point. I just heard the noise. Well, I missed something. Yeah. But not not seen. No, I was cleaning out email at some point, maybe. But yeah, I think it had run or was going to run. So I think, I mean, we can reach out to her on that, but I think we're mostly just waiting for her to ask for the money at this point.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. When I contacted her during the transition time between you and when I was,
Yeah.
cleaning up all the stuff because of COVID, she indicated that she wanted to do the session. She was just waiting until, she was
Yeah.
able to do it again. So, and if 19 Carter is starting to open on a limited capacity, I don't know how many people come to those improv sessions, but
I think it's generally something around 7 or so.
so she may be able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. If it hasn't run, there's no reason why it couldn't run, because that is something where, yeah, I think it was generally a class of about 7 or so, because as I recall, it used to generally run on Friday nights, and my volunteer shift had been like 1 to 5 on Fridays, and I tended to just stick around because I could play on my computer at my desk there, or at home. So 19 Carter versus 35 wasn't too significant difference. So I usually would stay at until someone arrived if they were going to. But I think that at the moment 19 Carter is open regularly for its tea on Mondays, coffee Wednesday mornings, I think coffee, whatever, Friday mornings. I assume the fiber group is now meeting inside with the weather, but they were outside. But there've been other things like Tuesday night, I finally got around to updating my conflict of interest law as that had passed its 2 years, and I used Debbie's desk because I needed the printer for that, and the Lions Club was meeting that night there, when I was getting ready to leave. So I think, things are, it's not open for, hey, we're open 9 to 5. It's kind of open for specific things, but I think the specific things are, for most part, anything that people are interested in having going on, I think can be going on. I don't think there's, someone trying to use it for this meeting or that meeting or this program. That I don't get any sense that anything is going to be, turned away. I mean, I suppose they probably wouldn't be renting for someone's Thanksgiving or something right now, but who knows?
So we're just waiting for her to request reimbursement.
Yeah,
Okay.
and certainly having completed most of it before COVID anyway.
Right.
Really happy to just give her money regardless at this point.
Yeah. So then the only person we haven't heard back from, when I had emailed him and he said, yes, he was interested, and I referred him back to the library, or, because he was going to, that Roger Bruno was going to do his program at the library. And that was the last I heard from him. And I think I referred him to I referred him back to the library. I could pull out my email and see, because initially the exchange was on my email, not the Cultural Council email.
Where was he originally supposed to do that one?
At the library.
Okay.
And I think it was through the Friends of the Library, and that's why I referred him back to the Friends to come up with a new date. And he was interested in that. And I said, well, once you do that, then just email us back and let us know so we can officially grant an extension to your program.
I can reach out to the Friends as well to see if they've heard anything. Pat Smith is to have the Friends, and as it is, Mark Smith has been my ride into work a few days recently, so I am seeing him all
Perfect.
all the time. So I can see if they have heard anything there. Okay, so I think the only other business was, sort of tentatively seeing when we wanted to meet next. So I was thinking probably, assuming everything goes as it should with, state budget and such, that some point in mid-December, if we're available, would be a good time to do our votes on what programs we are approving or not.
The grant cycle closes mid-November.
Yeah,
So then the panel books are usually out usually within a week of the closing. So they
Yeah.
would come out right before Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Then we have to read them.
Yeah,
And then that meeting could be anytime the beginning of December. And then I don't think everything's pushed ahead now. So usually
yeah,
we,
I think that the final decisions we have until like the end of January on.
Okay.
I was thinking if some point, say mid-December, we could, plan to meet for the approvals that would have us at a good pace.
okay.
Sounds
Uh, how are we on days of the week? I mean, I know Fridays work well for me, but are they still generally working out as a day of the week?
The only thing I ever have is Mondays or CPAC meetings, so I'm fine.
And Deborah?
I'll be in South Carolina, so as long as we're on Zoom, I can do, as far as I know, I can do any night. I just have
How long are you going to be in South Carolina?
until December 20th.
Okay,
So I have, I'll have my computer and everything.
Yeah.
And I can do, my daughter for the most part is home at night. I'm down there taking care of the kids.
before you go, I should meet up with you and get the key fob for the town offices, so
Yep, that's a good idea. Good thinking.
I can check the box should we have anything coming in. Sandra, Fridays work as a meeting date for you?
Yeah, I'm good with Friday. Only Mondays are an issue, so any other day.
Okay.
We're thinking maybe the 11th.
I think, hold on, I saw, yeah, I had the date, I must have been looking at a different month, but yeah, I think somewhere around the 11th would be a good tentative date. Obviously, as we get closer to it, we can look to see if, if anyone has conflicts, and obviously have to reach out to Karen on that. I know Fridays have not been the ideal day for her, but it seems other days of the week end up having, things that conflict with.
It's
Like,
not an issue for me. I don't know if it's an issue for Karen because I don't know her religion, but it is the first night of Hanukkah.
Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I don't know about that. But well, I'll reach out to her in any case and see if if something's going to work better or not on that. But I think Fridays thus far is working out fairly well, given that no one meets on this day for stuff, but every other day has like now that the Community Preservation Act Committee is finally going to start meeting. I think that's going to have some Tuesday meetings for me and such. So Fridays work well. So, okay. So why don't we tentatively look to December 11th for our next meeting, and
Okay.
certainly touch base between now and then. So is there anything else we need to,
And that'll be a Zoom meeting.
yes, I don't think
If
we're
you want me
gonna
there,
get,
it has to be.
Yes, and we do want you there.
Okay.
At least I'm speaking for myself, but
yeah. Well, also, I don't, given the way the
nothing personal with the numbers.
going,
I'm not looking to hang out with you, everybody in a room either. So,
yeah, I don't think that's going to be an option. And I was kind of hoping a couple months back that by the time we got to this point that we would have some more options, which part of why I was so late in formally scheduling this meeting, because I was like, maybe I can get us someplace to sit, but looking at the numbers, I'm in no way confident that we're going to have any better options in a
No.
couple months. So, okay, so if there's nothing else, I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.